Hello, today I would like to analyze the book that I have just read. 1984 is a novel by a great English author George Orwell, was published in 1949 as a warning against totalitarianism. The Chilean despotia made a deep impression on readers and his ideas entered mainstream culture in a way by very few books. The book is set in 1984, obviously in Oceania, one of three perpetually warring totalitarian states. The other two are Eurasia and East Asia. Oceania is governed by all-controlling party, which has brainwashed the population into unthinking obedience to its leader, Big Brother. The opening image of the work sets the foreboding tone that prevails throughout as the reader is introduced to Winston Smith, the fatalistic protagonist of the novel. Um on a cold day in April, when the clocks were striking 13, immediately the author depicts a society in decay, or by describing a setting of gritty dust, hallways smelling of cabbage and old rag mats, elevators not working, and electrical current that is turned off during daylight hours. The other main characters are introduced through the Winston's perception of them. Julia, the dark-haired girl from the fiction department, causes him to feel a peculiar uneasiness whenever she was anywhere near him. Conversely, Winston feels a certain comradeship with O'Brien, predicated on his secretly held belief that O'Brien's political orthodoxy was not perfect. Um, Big Brother, both a person and a concept, is introduced very early on posters that appear in Winston's building, bearing the caption, "Big Brother is watching you." In the second chapter, Orwell further develops Winston's character, Winston's pessimistic and fatalistic character. Winston has been so convinced of the party's power that he literally couldn't imagine hiding any thought or action. Therefore, once he has committed the third crime, he was sure that he would be discovered and punished. So Winston's goal essentially becomes not to stay alive, but to stay alive as long as it possible. In the third chapter, Orwell provides solid evidence to the reader that everything Winston thinks about his environment is genuine. The telescreen watching him closely, and it is at this moment that the reader is fully aware of the reality of Winston's situation. Um, his life and the political situation in Oceania are really bad as they seem. Memory and history are major themes of the beginning of the novel. Winston uses that the history books claim that the party invented airplanes, although Winston is certain that he remembers airplanes before the party's existence. Of course, he has no way to prove. The last chapter that I read was the fourth one. In it, the author consistently names processes and events antithetically to their results and purposes, and makes Winston's life more frightening and terrible. The function of the Ministry of Truth, for example, is to make lies, to create lies, and the function of the Ministry of Peace is to wage war. That's absurd, isn't it? Also, in the fourth chapter, the reader gets the full detail of Winston's work and a better view into the political system of his society. He is engaged in forging the past into something acceptable to the party's ideology. For example, Big Brother is never wrong, or heroes are those who put their own lives on, who put their own lives aside um, for the party's benefit, and goods are always manufactured at a quantity beyond what is expected. Of course, none of it is true. So follows Winston's question: if a fact only exists in your memory and yours alone, what proof is there that it really happened at all? The point of the book, which is understandable even from those 4 chapters that I have already read, is to show the reader the whole nightmare and horror of totalitarianism. Personally, I concluded that the permissiveness of an authoritarian state leads to irreversible consequences. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.